So a couple of months ago, about a month or so ago. Anyway, Obie Trice dropped his third album. What the hell was that?
That was Butterflies.
Yeah, so Obie Trice dropped his third album, and he's still Bottoms Up, which is still kind of playing on the whole cheers and drinking concept. And for me as a whole, I mean that the album was just it was just okay to me. I'm not saying it was necessarily a bad album, but as a whole, I mean I think one of the things that I was kind of curious to hear was how would Obie sound now that he's outside of the Shady camp. And for the most part, man, he still kind of stuck to that sound that he had with the first two albums. I think when I listened to the album, right around the time when it hit the Spill Your Drink song, that actual album started to kind of become a little long, and it kind of became a little long-winded for me, and it kind of tailored off a little bit. But overall, man, Obie still does his thing. Obie still tells great stories and great narratives. The beats are definitely pretty good. I think the Eminem song with Richard was nice. So, but yeah, overall as a whole, man, it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't a bad album. So,
Yeah, I always thought Obie was one of those, dudes that was really underrated from Shady. Like he just, I don't know what happened, man. Like he just got left out when everyone was talking about the Shady camp back in the day. Mm-hmm. He was not getting the respect that he deserved, man. Like he's a great lyricist. His first album, in my opinion, Cheers, was a classic. Next Round on Me, or whatever that album was called, Second Rounds on Me. It was okay. It was still good, but it was okay. This one is like a step down from that one. It's almost like he's running out of ideas. He doesn't have that fire no more. He's not. I don't know what it is, man, but he's not clever like he used to be. Like I thought this album was just kind of like mid-pace. Like I thought that off the first track, I thought it was gonna be crazy because that Dre beat was pretty nice. And then it just kind of didn't really go nowhere for me. There were no standout tracks for me for this album. There was one song that I just like. I like that song "I Pretend," I think it was called.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. But there was Battle Cry, I think it was called. That shit was horrendous. Oh my god.
That's when shit started to kind of fuck up around Battle.
That was like his leading single.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. Really? Yeah. That hook was fucking awful, man. But I don't know, man. Like a lot of the beats, I didn't really like that much. And yeah, man, it was okay. It was just simply okay. Like I don't see myself putting this on again. I'd rather just listen to Cheers.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm pretty much in agreement with y'all, man. I feel like I didn't feel the focus of Obie Trice. I didn't feel his rhymes being so focused as it was on Cheers and his first two albums were made more so. And I don't know, a lot of songs that were supposed to be on this album are not. I don't know if that's what deals with the delay. He had a lot of features that was supposed to be on there, and by him doing this under his own label now. What's that? Black Money Entertainment?
BME.
Yeah, BME Entertainment. But yeah, I don't know if it's because of him not having the back and the M of Dre is why this album was good. I don't know. It was just a basic average, like Salvation. It was just like an average album. Huh?
No Salvation, the guy.
I mean, yeah, I am. I'm serious. Yeah, it was just an average album. Like I said, he wasn't focused. I didn't feel the passion, the usual wittiness of Obie Trice that I always liked since he's came out. I mean, I was disappointed with the Eminem track. That didn't stand out. By them collaborating so many times together, you would think that track would at least be the best track on the album. And it clearly, you thought it was the best track on the album? Yeah. I didn't think it really was. It wasn't my standout track. I didn't even have no standout tracks. Probably within the intro, some of the hooks. The hooks was the hooks was terrible. Just oh my god.
The beat was terrible. The hook was just straight up A$AP Rocky.
The hooks was just oh my
just
god.
Just A$AP Rocky them. That's what we gonna call that shit. You just A$AP them.
Yeah, the hooks was terrible, man. It was just I was like, wow, this album did not do anything for me. I don't have no desire to pretty much reliving his album again. I'm just gonna go back to his first two albums, man. His first two releases, and then I was you said what? Did you like Watching the Chrome? No. See, when I heard that, because he dropped that like a couple of weeks before this album came out, and when I heard that, I was like, And he played a couple of snippets of some of the songs on some of the mixtapes. So I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, when I heard Watching the Chrome, and I was like, and when I heard where how he was, you know, his sound and his flow, I was like, okay, if this album is gonna be something like this, I have a feeling I won't like it. And yeah, it was just an average album, man. You know, sorry I had to go a little hard on Detroit Homie like this, but I'm just being honest, man. This album was not that good at all. It was just a basic album.
So you don't like anything about it?
The intro. Pretty much it. I mean, cause that's that Dre beat. Yeah, that Dre beat was smooth. It was smooth. I can't think off the top of my head, man. They had to pretend.
I got the track list.
I didn't really like the end track. It was disappointing. It was very I think I was like, okay, I saw Eminem. Okay, I know it's gonna be a good track because they had good collaborations, plenty of collaborations before. So I'm like, okay, at least keep it up on this album. And to me, they didn't keep it up on.
You don't like the second song?
No. Yeah, it didn't really do nothing for me.
That was a bad idea, man. Going from that Dre beat to that
one.
I was
Yeah,
like, whoa.
Yeah. The production is just It just wasn't. It wasn't really that good.
Obviously, a lot of those songs were old. Did y'all make it all the way to the end of the album?
Yeah, I did.
Did you notice anything funny about that last track?
No.
Really? Okay, so you didn't notice one, but did you notice something funny about the last track?
I know it was one track. He said the year.
There you go.
The year of it. And
He
I
said
was
Obie
like,
Trice 2011.
and I'm like, wait. That's why I'm going back to the point to where I think he I don't know why, because he had songs in there before he was supposed to have collaborations with, and them songs didn't make it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then when I looked at the track list, I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he said the name of this song was gonna be here. I thought the name of this song was gonna be here, and it wasn't even on here. I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
He should, you know what else is funny about that track is he runs through the Shady roster and he left out Yellow Wolf. So it might have been a situation where he was obviously he's still cool with Shady. Shady definitely signed Slaughterhouse before he signed Yellow Wolf, right? So maybe he hadn't signed Yellow Wolf yet. So he did this track and was giving a shout out to the new Shady camp, and it just made that song sound fucking dated. And a lot of the beats sounded dated. That's what I was thinking too. That this sounded like it should have came out in 2010 because it had those kind of bouncy beats that aren't really that popular anymore. And if he was trying to make a retro album, cool, do that. But I don't think that's what he was trying to do. I think he just had a whole lot of old tracks. When he was on Shady, he got a lot of those songs, and Shady fronted the money for him to pay those producers. But then when he got released, Shady Records kind of owned those beats and didn't give him the beats.
Yeah, maybe that's why some of those songs.
Probably so.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's true.
Raphael, what'd you think? On that mind.
Shit wasn't on the email, nigga. Shit wasn't on the email.
In other words, he didn't listen to it.
It's dope though.
It's dope.